Welcome back to Super Mario Sunshine. This is part 3, and now we're in Gelato Beach. And as I mentioned last time, this is basically the desert level of the game. Yeah, it doesn't have that typical desert, Phrygian kind of music going on, and it's not really a desert theme, but it has a heavy emphasis on stuff like sand and the sun, much more than any other level in the game. Now, this first mission is actually kind of deceptive because it's not really a mission that involves the stage at all. Here's all you do. Spray this dude, and a sandcastle comes out. And here's what I think happened, because, this came out of pretty rushed development. I imagine you had all these little extra stages, and you just had to figure out, some way to connect them to the main level. So they were like, fuck it, let's just throw this in here. So, just go in there. You can't follow me in, dick. And we have to climb the giant sand space invader. The secret stage is basically the introduction of the sand mechanic. These deteriorating blocks that, well, what else do they do? They deteriorate when you step on them. And now what's interesting is that you think this is like a super speedy time challenge, but they actually give you plenty of time to not fall down. Like, really, they take quite a while to disintegrate fully. And this is when you start to realize just how fun Mario's dive dash sort of move is to utilize, and the way that you can manipulate his trajectory after launching it. It's really fun, and you can get a lot of really great trick shots here. And of course, this is a section where the camera can be a little bit of a problem, but as you can see, it's not too bad. Typically I have to adjust it there, but I was able to get it with the standard camera angle. Alert! Alert! Just look at the top of the tower. Yes, it's a caterpillar, or caterpillar, whatever. Basically, the future boss for the stage. Yeah, I know, exposition, you don't have to tell me. It's good that they show instead of just telling, because they can tell and show, because they're on GameCube now, they got the better graphics. Some weird thing is curled up on the top of the tower, but no one cares, bro. Come on. Alright, so for all intents and purposes, this is the first true mission of Gelato Beach. Look at how nice those coins look. Seriously, okay, I'm gonna go on a bit of a tangent, but look at them. There's something about the gradient, the exact shade they use, and the sound effect especially. The coins are ridiculously what the fuck? Oh, damn, I didn't know Mario could grab onto this. Come on, let go, Mario. There you go. But yeah, the coins are ridiculously satisfying to collect in this game. I think the sound is ever so slightly different compared to the one used in, in past games and future games as well. It's kind of like how in almost every Sonic game has a subtly different ring collecting sound. Especially fun when you kind of dick around with the speed of the game, using different methods, like when editing and stuff, and you get to hear how they're made up of different musical intervals, But anyway, as for the actual mission, it's an extremely simple one. You just, spray the dude, triggers a little cutscene. You gotta make sure that you stomp on the panel, that is, at the exact moment when they're in their little tilting, oh my god, I'm gonna fall off, animation. It's like they're treating them like an actual main character in the sense that, because how, remember when every game ever had, all these goofy, animations when you're right on the edge? Does this game do that? I don't know. You don't really spend a lot of time on the edge of platforms in a 3D game. But typically, actually, come to think of it, I think Sonic Heroes is a really good example, because that's the game where that's pretty much a lifesaver. Oftentimes it'll intentionally trigger that animation just to stop you from falling off. Are those reflections janked? It might be. Did it not work? It worked, of course. Also the reflections, yeah. I really got to talk about that because they are so well done for a GameCube game and a relatively early one. It wasn't a launch title. This wasn't like Mario 64, where it was a launch title for its respective platform. But look at that. That looks really nice. I almost feel like the blurriness to them kind of makes it better, because I feel like sometimes having crystal clear, perfect reflections can be a little bit almost uncanny. And I'm not just talking about modern day ray trace, perfect reflections. Even with older games that were able to pull off perfect reflections through different tricks, even those would look a little bit weird. The original Unreal actually has a lot of these, well, not a lot of, but there's a couple moments where you have these glossy surfaces, and they look fantastic for a game from 1998. To the point where it's kind of weird to have such a high detail reflection, because it's not a real reflection. They're not actually reflecting anything, they're just rendering the second model. I'm not sure what video it is, but you know, you can actually find some information on games like, for example, Need for Speed Carbon, its main menu, I'm just talking over this, its main menu uses just a second model of that Audi R8 to get the reflection to happen. You know, it's really cool tricks like that. The original, like, what was it, Revolt, 1999, that game too has gorgeous reflections. But there's something nice about kind of blurry reflections too, which are obviously trying to look good, but, well, they do look good, that's the thing, because sometimes you do get a little bit of that diffusion in real life as well. Either way, we're going to collect our first legitimate sprite, but we all know this isn't actually part of the game's progression. Anyway. How the hell did you come back? We blew you apart into a million pieces in the last episode. Well, this time we're going to have to take this guy out. So he simply follows a pattern, right? The exact same trajectory every single time you fight him. Sometimes he will vary it a little bit, but all you have to do is just memorize it and boop, do that. You get the giant pyramid to come out of the ground, and fortunately, none of that damages you, so when Mario goes wee-hee into the sky, you don't actually get hurt, because that'd be nice. I imagine maybe earlier in development it did damage you, and then they were like, yeah, let's not do that. That doesn't sound like fun. Now he's gonna get up, and it's gonna be the exact same thing again. And when I say the exact same thing again, I literally mean he's gonna go to this exact same spot. Watch. And... oh, no. I jumped the gun. I totally did it too soon, didn't I? Did I? Did I do it too early? Oh, no, actually, I got it right. See, I told you, yeah, so he goes to the exact same spot. Do that. The position of the arrow where you have to stomp seems to be randomized. It's just, it randomly picks like, oh, you know what, I want you to do his ass, or I want you to do like the top bit. And it's really annoying because on the final hit, as you can see right here, he's going to go all the way over. Okay, here's what happens. He goes way over there, and then he comes back. He goes here. I mean, there are other places where you can get him, but this is the part that I always find most reliable. Problem is, though, that sometimes when he flips over, he wants you to stomp on a bit of his body that's submerged in the water, which makes it almost impossible for the actual ground pound to connect. But let's see if this works. And, I mean, of course it's going to work. Question is, am I going to be able to... Wait, did he not... How to... My guy, how the hell did you avoid that? You were right on top of it when I sprayed it. Little piece of shit. Alright, see about that. Come on, get him this time. No, wait, is it going to work? No, of course it didn't work this time. Alright, see you guys when I actually get it. Timing is everything. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get him? Did I get him? Yes! There you go, I got him. And fortunately... Oh, thank God. Okay, so he's going to have a stomp right up on his butt right here. Instead of, you know, any of the parts that are... Because it happens, genuinely. The game will want me to stomp on a bit that's, like, under the water. And it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Because Mario just goes into his swimming mode. And we're going to become very familiar with this position of Mario. This one right here, where he's swimming. Come on, swim. How freaking... There you go. With some of the subsequent missions. Because, well, let's just say there's one red coin mission here that I do not enjoy. I don't think anyone does. Let's get this shine. That's from... So we're on to episode 4, I think it was. Let me just check real quick. Oh, it doesn't tell me the episode number. That's great. But yeah, you just saw the Sandbird is born. You know what that means? Well, basically, this is a level, another one of those levels where Gelato Beach itself just kind of exists as like, hey, we couldn't figure out where else to put this, and Gelato Beach really isn't that interesting of a stage, so let's just throw it in like one of the set pieces. Alright, so what you gotta do is climb all the way up here. I do like how the game's level design, unlike 64, where it was kind of, it would flip-flop between being just an obstacle course and being genuinely open-ended. Here it's all very free, so you don't have to retread too much familiar ground, and you can just kind of go like this, oh, and wait, there you go, and now we're in a brand new part of the stage. So, first I gotta give some props for the experimentation. This is such a bizarre concept for a level in a Mario game. Like a bird made out of sand blocks that you have to, you know, finesse your way around in order to get all these red coins. See, this is cool. This isn't the red coin mission I dislike. Although there is one thing about it that I've never really... Oh, for fuck's sake. Although there is one thing about it that I've never truly understood how to consistently do. So, at one point, the bird will start to tilt, right? So you get all the coins, and you're thinking, well, at first I thought that the final red coin would be underneath him or something. He would, like, flip over. No, he just tilts, like, 90 degrees, and you just have to survive that. And it's really, really wonky as to whether or not the game really decides to let you live. So here's how I found that I could do it pretty consistently. I switched to the fucking hover mode, and there you go. You just sit on his neck. You know what? That's actually a very consistent method to do it. Because I didn't even have to switch to the nozzle. I mean, I did, but if I were falling, it would have been too late. So in reality, you can totally do this nozzle-less, to be honest. Oh, or a floodless, I guess. Is that a speedrun category? Like Mario Sunshine floodless? I mean, or at least hoverless, because you have to spray shit to progress. That's just part of the game's design. And then some speedrunner will be like, have to? That's a funny word for... insert some frame perfect glitch which clips through the stage. I don't fucking know, but yeah, speedrunning is crazy and it's cool, but this is a really interesting concept, and I do really enjoy the fact that it has a different musical piece. So I'm gonna get on with that topic after I collect the final red coin, because you know me, I gotta talk about the music here. Let's collect you. Actually, let's save the music discussion for the most boring mission in this stage, right? Because it's actually a pretty cool one. So you got Il Pantissimo. Notice how he has the exact same animation as Shadow Mario. That's what I was getting at, like, I think in episode 1, where it was like, oh, you Il Pantissimo motherfucker. Yeah, what I meant was, look, that's the exact same animation, because obviously they've just used the same rig, it's got the same proportions and everything, they just applied Mario's animations to that body. You know, it's a way to, so they don't have to make like a bunch of custom animations just for Il Pantissimo, right? This is basically just a second Mario. I'm sure if you modded the game, you could like play as him in multiplayer, I guess. Anyway, it is a race to the finish. Yeah, we all know how this shit works. It's like Koopa the Quick, but actually a little bit of a challenge. It's not super hard, honestly. If you know your way around the stage, you're not going to have to worry about him at all. Like, really, he does not keep up. When you can use, like, all of those human... Okay, you know what? Watch me say that. Watch me say that. And then completely lose to this fucking bot. No. I'm not losing to you. Alright, I've lost to enough bots in I've lost to enough bots in arena shooters. I'm not gonna fucking lose to you. There you go. Easy. Why was that trumpet thing way out of tune? Anyway, phew, woo, you're pretty good. Yeah, okay, give me the fucking Sprite. Keep me hostage. We should fucking arrest this guy, not Mario. Alright, now we're gonna talk about the music after I get the Sprite. It's the second time I've accidentally licked my microphone. Yeah, so this was the red coin mission I was referring to when I said I really wouldn't be looking forward to it all that much because it's... These guys damage you. Oh no. Anyway, it's not like I'm doing a mission where it involves collecting coins, which heal you every time you do. Either way, this is it. I don't know who the fuck thought this was a great idea. Like, yeah, okay, we got a bunch of water in this area. We got this little coral structure. Cool, but look at how fucking slow Mario swims, man. Like, I'm mashing both A and B to try and make him... Because it does actually make him swim a little faster, I noticed. Anyway, so, what about the music in this game? So, it's your typical modern 2002 Mario score. What that really means is that you only have a couple melodies, really. Like, there's a central motif, right? Do, that one. And that, if you've been paying attention, it plays everywhere. And it's very catchy. It's a great motif. But I feel like, unlike Super Mario 64, where it took me years to figure out that almost every composition in that game is also that same motif. Ba-na-na-na-na. Every time, right? But Koji Kondo wrote it in such a way where you really, it's hard to tell. You know, it took like a couple of those YouTube videos breaking it down and changing the keys and stuff to make you realize, yeah, that's the same thing. But it was compositionally so cleverly rearranged that you couldn't even notice. Here, I genuinely feel like I'm listening to the same fucking jingle for like the whole game. There are a couple unique pieces, definitely. But it's just kind of... I don't know, it wears on you. This game has a lot of music that just kind of, it fucking bears down on your soul and makes you want to not play the game anymore. Fortunately for this playthrough, it's not a big deal because I've got the volume relatively low, so it's not going to bother me too much. But really, when you're actually playing the game, like not recording it, you just start to get really fucking sick of some of these compositions, and you just want to shut that shit off, like right now, which is why for some of my practice playthroughs, I genuinely just mute the game. Like, it's not like it's totally grating or anything, but after a while, hearing that same da-na-na, and then the boss music or whatever, you just want to stop. Where the fuck is that final red coin? Alright, that took way too long. God damn it, I hate this mission so much. It's not fun, honestly. It's straight up filler. It's interesting because it's one of the mandatory stars. Typically, shines. They'll keep that kind of stuff usually off to the side, and it won't make you do this to get to the end of the game. You know, like how the 8 red coin, the secondary 8 red coin ones will be at the end. But no, this is part of it. I have to do this to face Shadow Mario. So, that's an odd choice. And we have our final mission for Gelato Beach. This is Shadow Mario again, and this is probably the most annoying instance of Shadow Mario. Yeah, more annoying than the Ricco Harbor one, because the layout is kind of annoying there, true, but I feel like his pattern was easier to follow. Here, because of how, not big this level is, but just the hills and the angles of the camera and such, it makes it really awkward to try and follow him. Like, you have no idea how easily I lose track of where he is. You gotta follow his drop shadow, that's what you gotta do. Now, you might be aware of the fact that this game, this mission, this particular level in the game, has not just, you know, another extra red coin mission because no one fucking wants to do that. Instead, it has something even worse. So, that hut over there, like way over, hold on, shut up, Mark, he'll stop, don't worry. That hut over there, can you see it? Way over there, right? That's actually, this got a shine there, you probably noticed. You need, the final mission of this area involves you getting this big-ass watermelon and dragging it all the way to that hut to get the star, the shine sprite. Now, I attempted quite a few times to do it while recording, and I realized something. This is complete bullshit and a waste of my and your own time as well. It's garbage. It's an absolutely trash mission, which I don't even know why the fuck they put it in, other than, hey look guys, we have physics, except it doesn't really behave using any physics at all. That fucking watermelon. So, case in point, I'm just gonna catch Shadow Mario again, and we're just gonna call it a day for Gelato Beach, honestly. If there's any other optional missions that are actually, you know, enjoyable, sure, I'll do them. But not this shit. Seriously, where the fuck is Shadow Mario anyway? There he is. Yeah, so for example, Ricco Harbor actually has a final mission that isn't just a red coin thing, and I kind of do want to complete it. Problem is, I don't have Yoshi at this point. I think what I might do is maybe when I have Yoshi, there you go, we got him. When I have Yoshi, and don't ask why the shine sprite is transparent, alright? Shut up. So, I think when I get Yoshi, which I believe happens very soon after this point of the game, I will, you know, fucking, what do you do? I will go back to that and add it, do that mission, add it to the end of maybe, or maybe the start of a future episode. I might do it that way. So anyway, let's get our shine that is oddly blue for some reason. I have no idea why that could be the case. And that's going to do it for Gelato Beach, part 3 of Super Mario Sunshine. I'll see you guys next time with a familiar foe, or at least a foe that is now familiar to the series, but at the time it wasn't quite so familiar. There's going to be a cutscene at the start, and of course I'll let you guys skip it. I'll see you guys in part 4 of Super Mario Sunshine. See you then.